ask you to, ask you to. Do what I ask you to. Mm, mm, Make me feel so damn good. When you do the way I ask you to, ask you to, ask you to. Yeah, I sing it sometimes. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another video. We're here for the Shadowcast podcast. About to get ready to record. If you are joining live at all on YouTube, the Shadowcast podcast on YouTube, thank you. And hit the like button, please. If you are not, then you are not. And I'm going to get to the recording part of this episode. In case you're wondering, today we're talking about a holiday for me, Friday the 13th. I love Friday the 13th. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for listening to The Living Shadow on the Shadowcast podcast. The podcast discussing all things hidden in the shadows. I would like to remind you all to please check out the website, thelivingshadow.me, where you can get not only episodes of the podcast, you can also take a look at everything else that is being offered, including Assassin Apparel, Sage Palo Santo, Aromatherapy, Healing Candles, an Awakening Bath Box. Also, regenerative Reiki sessions and personal readings are also available on thelivingshadow.me. Please check out that website and continue listening to the Shadowcast, the podcast discussing all things hidden in the shadows, hosted by none other than me, the Living Shadow. Thank you again for listening to the Living Shadow. Shadow ads. I don't know, but y'all can leave this whatever this is at. Bye. Discover, is it in the library? Okay, it is in the library. That's what I wanted it for. I don't know what y'all got going on. I'm not dealing with y'all. Okay, so now where's the episode? I don't want to listen to the episode. Oh, maybe I do. I'll cut the episode. Let's see. I'm still trying to figure out how to learn how to work this thing out, y'all. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, get it together. Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Shadowcast, the podcast discussing all things hidden in the shadows. I am your host, the Living Shadow. I'm here today to talk about Friday the 13th. It's one of my favorite fucking days. I love it. I don't know, it's kind of witchy. I think it's like akin to Halloween sometimes. Not that it's like the full Halloween vibe, but that it gives that like the fun spooky feeling a bit. But it's also like it's like a chaos day. It's really what it is. Now the thing about it that's so funny is that it's not chaotic for me. I think to some people think of it as a chaos day. To me, it's not very chaotic. I don't have that much chaos. If anything, it's like a great day, like a holiday for me. So I know a lot of people get spooked by it or get terrified. Like even earlier today when I went to the little corner store, um, she was like, "Oh, have a good day." It was all happy and nice and everything was going good. And I was like, "Yeah, I know. It's Friday the 13th." She's like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, see, maybe I shouldn't have said that to y'all because it'd be great for me. But then if I say it to other people, sometimes people get scared. People get scared." But yeah, so it's just kind of one of those days where I like take it as a holiday and I kind of recant. I do, you know, I think, and some people might call them rituals. I don't. I mean, I can. It's not like it's a big deal. Excuse me. That's my burp. It's not like it's a big deal to call it a ritual or something. Oh, I want that back actually. Hold on. Oh, my phone did things. Oh, my phone did things. Oh, my phone did things. My phone did things. Okay, is it back? Here we go. We're back. Yay! But yeah, Friday the 13th. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's the witch life or something. I feel great about it. Like, I feel like it's a great day. I kind of want to go drink. Like, I just feel like it's a good, like a fun day. Like, a whole bunch of people, I think it's like a stigma behind that, possibly. And it should not be around this day. But then again, I'm the person who also owns a black cat. So like a lot of people don't like I apparently I found out a lot of black people don't do cats and things that I didn't know that as like a thing because I grew up around like I guess people of various different colors and shades and ethnicities and backgrounds and stuff. I didn't even grow up a lot like I didn't grow up around a lot of black people at all. So for me, it's like I have to learn about black cultures if I'm not a black person because I didn't grow up with like black culture. If that makes sense, I grew up with like a multicultural background. I don't know if that's like a flex for people or not. I don't consider that to be a flex, if anything, because I really have never like had a black card. Almost like really like I've held one once though. There was this really fancy lady I was delivering food to in Atlanta who had like a solid gold black card and it was heavy. But like I like as far as like the race black card, no, it's not been a thing. So it's interesting to me when like certain things kind of pop up because I'm like, why are they so afraid of it? Like, maybe I had my witch card for longer. I don't know. Like, the witch people don't care if you're black. I don't know what some of them do. Because I'm finding out, apparently. A lot of these spirit guys have, like, weird different angles and things. And it's interesting. It's so funny because you know how people, if you ever deal with people and it's like they're really just like people, y'all. It's the most irritating thing ever. Like I thought they're supposed to be like evolved beings or something. They're just like fucking people. It's annoying. But if you ever deal with people and you're like, I don't see now they really whispered something and it had me lose my train of thought for a second. Like you're dealing with people, right? And say you're dealing with people. Now while you're dealing with people, you know people get like really selective about certain things. It's like that. Like getting you like super selective. Like, oh I don't know, or I don't deal with that person. Like they have their little personal prejudices. But they get these little personal prejudices, like you see them in the store and stuff. I did samples at the store, y'all, so it was funny to me. You see them get the little person. I don't like Susie over there because Susie has on those gray slacks. Okay, well, why you don't like Susie and her gray slacks? Because they just look so terrible on Susie. And I'm like, ooh. It's just so funny. Like, why Susie? Why Susie got to be so mad about these gray slacks? Huh? But they get this little prejudices and be forever mad. And I will attest to that. I'll be one of those people. If I get mad at you, I'll probably be forever mad. Like I don't forgive. I'm not a forgiving person. I may be a water sign. I'm not a forgiving person. Like no. Like, do not expect that from me, because you really won't get it. Especially if you expect it, hell no, you will never get it. But I told you Friday the 13th, y'all, be working for me. So I think it's so funny to see people with those real preferences. So I don't understand why people like don't prefer Friday the 13th. To me, it's just fun. It's fun. I get it. There's like witch trials and stuff like that. You know what witch trials were? People executing other people for being special. You know what we do now? Execute other people for being special. You know what people do when they kill gay people? Sometimes it's executing for being special. Disabled people, things like that. Anything, it doesn't have to be just. I mean, I wouldn't even put gay and disabled together, but some people do. I've seen it and heard it out here, so I'm not even going to be funny with you. And I don't know who the audience is, but I know I'm talking to a lot of different kinds of people when I go out here and talk to people. So I'm recording the documentary and me talking to a whole bunch of people out here. Okay, this is my confessional, in case you didn't know. You know how they have little confessionals on the reality TV shows? Sometimes I feel like this is what this podcast is, my little confessional. Back to, I really need to tell you the truth about things. It's like that. So, oh, hello. But, so Friday the 13th is not really scary for me at all. Like, it's not. It's a good day. And planetarily, it's actually aligned very well this year. And I kind of want to make a joke about this too. But if you look at what we have today for Friday the 13th, we have a lot of astrology that is lined up to make it very, very well and entertaining. I have new things coming up all over the place. I have new bomber jackets for I would say Top Gun, hello, jackets. I have new bomber jackets. And I don't know, something is happening and it's bothering me. It really, really bothers me. I'm sorry, y'all, for the podcast people who are just listening to this. It's like something. It's like nagging at me. I don't know what it is, and I'm ready for it to just be done. Like, I really want to record this episode with peace. See, spirit nagging at me. I don't know for why. I don't know for why. So lately, I've had creative streaks. Okay, I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of writing in general. That's just me. I like to write. So, people go through nostalgia, right? So Friday the 13th for me, I know this is supposed to be like that thing, but I want to tell you guys, like, going back in nostalgia for me for like the holiday, even if it's not a holiday to you, it's a holiday for me. Like, going back and looking to see how much I've kind of grown spiritually, in a sense, it makes me feel like a different way. And I don't mean spiritually as in like, oh my gosh, I've grown in being able to speak, because I've been able to speak. Like, just because y'all just not hearing the podcast does not mean I wasn't able to speak before. I just didn't want you to hear me. I need you to like understand that not everybody wants to. That everybody is like begging for someone's attention all the damn time. But I want people to pay attention to the things I put out. But not everybody's always like begging. Oh my God, you should pay attention to me every single waking moment of the day. Not everybody is like that. So when we're talking about this day, it's so interesting to me because this is like the one day I can be like, stay away from me. And people actually do stay away from me though. I can be like that and it's fun. And it's kind of scary. But then it's meant to be scary, so I actually can be my true self instead of trying to fake like and pretend like I'm an extrovert when I'm not. Like, it's another one of those like Halloween days. It's like I don't have to be an extrovert, or I don't know. Well, actually on Halloween I actually am more of an extrovert, which is weird. But on a regular basis in general, like when you want it, it's like if you have an introvert day, you want to be more of an introvert. This would be like the day, because you just tell people that or whatever, and they get freaked out anyway. Or you tell people you celebrate it, and then you really get freaked out. Especially, I mean, I guess it depends on where you're from, but like they get really freaked out over here, like really freaked out sometimes. like that girl at that counter. It was funny. She was nice though. Good day. I also want to inform you guys about a lot of questions I have been asking about a lot of things. And I put this in some tutorial videos as I discovered it, but I'm going to put this here as well, as I want to talk about spirit guides again during Friday the 13th, because I know people think lots of things. There was even like an episode when I was younger of Fairly Odd Parents, Timmy Turner, where they had like the negative fairies or whatever, and they went to like the negative fairy world, or whatever. That's like the day they got to go free and cause chaos or something. That was fun. But a lot of times I see a lot of people like freak out about something like that. It's not that scary. So when we talk about spirit guides and things like that, now that's the part that can be scary, because depending on if your spirit guides even know you or not, sometimes people really get like the generic instead of asking for what they really want. And you gotta really demand what it is that you really want, because these people, maybe it's just the way I was raised, the way I was brought up, because I was around people who did not give you shit, you know, or if they did give you something, it was not what you wanted. It was like the opposite of what you wanted, or it's what they want, or mainly it's what they wanted you to have. And I say that over and over again on some of these podcasts. I grew up like that. Like they did not give you what you wanted; they gave you what you wanted, what they wanted you to have. So, someone's in my tooth right there. Ooh, excuse me. They didn't give you what you want; they gave you what they wanted you to have. So it was annoying as fuck, because on a day like this, where you can kind of be like, I get whatever the fuck I want, not in a bad way, but it's like a witchy thing. Like, I go get whatever the fuck I want type thing. So it's like on a day like this, where usually I just want to be alone and like left alone with people. That's just me personally. I'm like, bye. But people be casting. You don't think people be casting? People be casting on Friday the 13th. They do. Don't think they don't. People be putting their bids. The same way people be putting in the full moon bids. People be putting their bids. People be putting in their stuff. The same way people be putting in all this other stuff. So when you get these spirit guides and stuff like that, so you might get the generic blessing, and you might get overlooked if you whatever, depending on what is going on. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing like that, but I've come to find that out. Like, whoever, I don't know how many people like your guides be servicing. You know what I'm saying? Like, is your guide servicing you? Was they servicing a plethora of people? A lot of people, nobody. Who was they servicing? And I had to come to find out that there's a lot of things that happened that I was not okay or approving. That I was being used of my energy. I didn't like that. And on Friday the 30th is one of those things like, it's another, I consider it like a rinse date to me. But like, I don't like that shit. Like, do not use my energy, like especially against me. The fuck, no. But then people be trying to use stuff against me, and it's your own energy. You can tell when it's your own energy, and if you can't tell when it's your own energy, you need to spend some time in your own energy. Like for me personally, I had to come to find out that what I knew my own energy, and I knew what spending time by myself was like, because I was spending time by myself. People around me, or people who were close to me, apparently, I don't know. I'm strong. I did not know that other people were trying to like use me or pimp up off of me. Now, some people I knew of in the physical. What I'm talking about is the unseen, in the energetic, which is the thing that it's like. This is one of those days where, at least for me, I feel like the veil is a little bit thinner, like a Halloween type day, where the veil is a little bit thinner on a Friday the 13th. So it's like, if you feel these things energetically, no, you're not crazy. Because I'm telling you, this is one of those days where it happened. Okay, no, you're not crazy. Because they be people be trying to do stuff energetically, and no, not to mention we in the Mercury retrograde during this. As I said, the astrology is lined up for a lot of this stuff. We in the Mercury retrograde during this, so you know, back spells and stuff like that. Now I'm sitting right here minding my business, doing what I gotta go do. This is Little Market by where I'm staying at the moment. It is so cute. It's like an organic market. It's called Plum Market. I went there. I got these. I'm actually gonna go get them. Hold on. Actually, I can give you. I always go get those cards. That's why. It's a pineapple. And yes, I will eat on this podcast. For those people who like the ASMR life, we're gonna get some. But they have these cute little black cherry sodas. The king sodas, you know I love black cherry. So they have the black cherry sodas and the strawberry pineapple. That strawberry pineapple I love so much too. Although this is a little bit dry. My point being in doing all of this, again, we live in shadow, y'all. Thank you again. The point being is that this is not one of those scary ass days. It's a day where you can sit and chill if you know you ain't did nothing to nobody. Now, some other things that happened this week. They had a Google I/O event with a new Pixel watch I want to get. If you guys have not known about that in the news, I know some people probably, most everybody has probably heard about the Apple Watch by now. Google's going to make a watch called the Pixel Watch. I'm excited. I want that. There's a tablet. I'm not as excited for the tablet, although I am excited for the tablet. It's just a simple fact of I'd rather have the watch over the tablet if I'm going to be pretty freaking honest. I'd rather have the watch over the tablet. Like, this is what it is. Then also nostalgia. So I went to the store. Well, first of all, I got Red Lobster, but I went to the store and got Hollister, right? I've not been in a Hollister in years. Okay, we're talking like high school days Hollister clothes, nostalgia. Like, so I went in there and I bought clothes. I can still fit them. I'm wearing a Hollister shirt right now. I'm not that old. Don't be trying to make me be that old. I look young and I feel young and I am young. In every dimension. Not in a bad way. I'm just useful. Okay. So, and I hear the lady voice in the background. Let me get my pineapple. Off in the corner over there. The assistant. That's another thing we need to talk about. Google Assistant. So apparently Google is translating all these different languages and stuff like that, right? Now y'all know, we talking about all these things in the shadows. So I want to talk about AI. AI is very, very interesting to me because they want to make it after a brain, but you know brains do not understand context. And so Google working on AI is understanding context. It's like super, super like ooh to me because I'm like, most people's brain, like this thing is already probably like they can probably make this smarter than most people already. Like I'm not even kidding you. Like so many people are really like when I said before in an episode previous, I'm not sure which episode it was on here, but it was the episode previous when I said that so many people give me a similar answer, if not a worse answer than what Google Assistant already does. Like I don't ask Alexa for things. I had when I plugged it in. The radio waves from the Alexa bothered me. I could not deal with it. It hurt. Like it literally was physical pain. I'm that sensitive of a person, I guess. I don't know. But those Alexa waves, no. I tried to leave it on a little bit, like in the whatever the radiation or whatever sound wave or kind of frequency it uses for its detection. Because if you guys don't understand, like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all these wireless things are frequencies. Like that's just science. All these things are frequencies. So these different frequencies can really be affected. Like I understand, like I will sometimes feel something if I turn Bluetooth on and off on my phone. Like it's a big deal. So I say this to say that I'm finding all this stuff interesting because these different wavelengths and radio waves that happen, these people are trying to use them and do, people like, how do you think about it? Like think about like the spectrum, right? Like if you think about like dolphins and stuff, like how, or even a dog. Most people think about it like a dog. Whoa, I heard a wolf. No, like the dog. like a dog will hear things that humans can't hear. It's like that type of energy where it's like these it's that where these people are doing off sound waves and radio waves that most people cannot detect on their human bodies or with their sense or their brain sensory. So it's interesting as we evolve for all this different stuff. What frequencies they hit and what they're doing, to me at least, I find that very, very interesting. Mm. Yes, but I really do find that very, very interesting. Like, so, especially with that, right? Because they do all these different little things. Now, if you're a developer, they do all these different things. They use these different programming languages, things like that. They really get into the nitty gritty, right? If you're an online person, you may care. If you're not an online person, you may not care. It doesn't matter. But this is one of those things where I find it so interesting because energetically there's frequencies, right? If you think about trees and their neural network, what does the tree neural network, will that be affected by some of these other little things that they have going on? If you think about, I don't know, if you think about bushes, yikes, these were just naming terrible things, huh? If you think about arbor, I mean arbor, if you think about arbors or arbiters, people who, if you know what an arbiter is, an arbiter really is the person that collects things, but like an arbiter of things, like if it's like an arbiter, then they collect all these different things and they'll put this all to good use. Mm. So I'm wondering what these frequencies are doing. If like the arbor frequency is messing with the Wi-Fi or things like that, like, and I bring this up because of 5G. Because I'm telling you, I would have 4 bars of 5G and my phone don't load nothing. Now I go the sciencey route to try and wonder and detect, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm the sit-at-home person. I shouldn't have to be the scientist. I ain't getting paid to be the scientist. They pay me to be the damn scientist. Okay, because it's Friday the 13th. We may be witchy up in here. Pay me to be the damn scientist. Because at this point, I'm like, okay, why are we going through all these upgrades and stuff, but the upgrade don't even work. That 5G don't do nothing. When it's there, it does load sometimes. It doesn't load other times. What's the point? Like, why are we even calling it 5G? Like, why are we trying to push this thing? And then they had ultra wideband 5G on my thing. I don't know what that's about. Like, I do not know what that is about at all. So, what are they doing with these waves? Why are they fucking with the frequency? Yikes. Something is attacking me. Yikes. Ah! No, don't turn my headphone off. Okay, I pressed it by accident. Oh yeah, there's also pro headphones that they announced too at the Google thing. Which I like the Pixel Buds I'm already currently using. I even using them to record this, which you may or may not even know. I like the regular ones. I don't really want the pro ones. I mean, they seem like they'll be nice, but I don't see the point of me changing the ones I got for that. If I didn't have any, I would get those. Look, I get it. Some people, you just want to relax and have fun. This is one of those days I just want to relax and have fun, and I'm recording this because I really want to just, I don't know. Let you know this is a day where you're supposed to relax and have fun. That's kind of why because I have more serious topics to talk about. I literally have a notebook with more serious things to talk about, and I'm just sitting here like I really want to drive it home that it's supposed to be fun and not scary. Although it can be scary, especially if you think scary is fun. But like, I don't know. I don't know what else to like. how else to put it to be more loosey-goosey in here. Besides getting a drink, which I do have a drink over there, like liquor drink. It's been a trial for me. For those who don't know, I get a lot of, like, I don't know, beeps. If you call them beeps, I just call them beeps. I don't know if you want to call them downloads. Some people call them downloads, and they're rude. They just interrupt me in the middle of what I'm doing. So sometimes you hear me stammer and stutter and things like that. It's because they're literally beaming something when they're not supposed to be. Like, if I'm doing something, they're not supposed to be beaming me shit, and they're still beaming me something when they're not supposed to. It's very, very annoying. So, I had to learn some things, especially this week. I learned to let go of some things, and learned even more so how much people, you gotta make spirit see you. I guess I'll put it to you that way. You really gotta make spirit see you, because spirit does not see people. Spirit, at least not me. They have not seen me before, apparently. You really need to make spirit see, like that's like a thing. And I don't mean like in a bad way, but I mean in a way of like getting spiritual. And I don't mean like spiritually abundant in like, oh, you gotta get crystals and things like that. I mean like as in knowing yourself to a degree where it's like you understand what's you and what's not you. And I preach that a lot. And this is the Shadow Cast. One of the things in the shadows, self-discipline. People don't like it. It's a big devil for them. And I know I myself, I will say I'm better alone doing it, which is why I like this Friday the 13th thing. Like, just being alone. But, like, some people be trying to tempt me with stuff, especially that Mountain Dew. I'll be going to the store and seeing that Mountain Dew, and I'll be like, oh, it be tempting me. That Mountain Dew be tempting me. I got this black cherry soda right now. There's just so many different things. Like, it's funny when I look at all these different things that I do, that like, is just, oh, I don't know what this is, because I'm tired of y'all trying to like interrupt me in the middle of my sentence. And you know I don't know how to edit the podcast. So I'm just gonna post it just like this. Now, when you go and listen to this, you're gonna hear it just like this. Please shut the fuck up. Shut the ever-loving fuck up. Forever and ever. Amen. Die. Friday the 13th, so says I. And I'm live already anyway, so it's a whole other issue. Like, can you just shut the fuck up? Whoever, wherever you are, shut the fuck up and drop that. Shut the fuck up and drop that. I said it on camera and on the podcast. Anyway. So, now the other thing I really want to talk about, and I'm trying to get my list of things I want to talk about, because AI was one of the main things I want to talk about during this. Like deep fakes. So y'all seen Kendrick Lamar with the deep fake, right? That's a prime example. I had wrote it down here. Actually, I wrote down to talk about back in March. But you know, if you can see the video here, right here, it says right here, Tech AI Deepfakes Shadowcast, and this is from March 2022. So it's right here. There's other things I gotta do on this list, but whatever. I have this thing right here. So we see these deep fakes. Like some people, I seen another reaction on TikTok talking about how like they're like, oh my god, just through the roof. Deep fakes have been a thing for a very long time, and there's been a lot of people who have been deep faked. Mm. Excuse me. They even recently had another thing involving the uh, was it? I don't know if it's the president of the Ukraine or if it was Russia. I don't know if it was Putin or Zelensky, but they had a deep fake of one of them that recently ran on during this whole war thing. So like that has been a thing that's been out there. I don't know how many people do it. I don't know how much the technology is or how many people um, put that out there, but that's also a very much a thing. Not to mention the freaking metaverse. We can't forget the metaverse. And I'm telling you right now, the metaverse is kind of like not being there. It's like already existing. Like we're like being engulfed into it with the AI. I'm telling you, not in a bad way, but like you can see it kind of happen. Like some of these things, some of these people do. Like you can see them get trapped in some cycles or in some routines, and it's not their own doing. It's the bot, and it's the way the bot has programmed their minds. Like, people how people get up and they're so used to like looking at Facebook on their phone and they just go and do that. It's like that, but they're trying to they're trying to program you to do that anyway. That's what they want you to do is to watch them. So, like, what is that? Brain programming, brainwashing in a sense. If you think about it in a scary way, with being scary, Friday the 13th. Hello. No live in the shadow. I'm here. So just know that that's also like a thing out there. Like, don't be wrapped up in it. Some people I know are, some people aren't. I'm one of those people. I don't actually get wrapped up in anything. Like, I'm not that person. I'm not gonna be wrapped up in it. Like, oh my god, what's going on? Like, no. Like, yes, it is a thing like that, but also understand like, what are they telling us? What's real? What's fake? What's real is what you're doing in your own life away from the phone. For one, that's the one thing that's really real. That can always be real. Okay, what you doing away from the phone? The second thing is if it's online, do not take it to be that serious. And yes, I know I'm putting this stuff online. But some people take the wrong thing serious and the wrong thing not serious. I take my business serious. Okay, the Living Shadow.me buying assassin apparel is cute. I'm wearing this the Living Shadow snapback right now. Okay, on the video of the Shadowcast podcast. Come look at it. It's cute. Okay, take my business serious. But like some of y'all be taking some random shit way too serious and some comments too serious. And I understand bullying. Trust me, because I was bullied before. But some things like I guess like there's this YouTube setting, right, on here that says like only allow certain comments, any like extreme intense filter and things like that, right? And then when the YouTube filter comes through, then all of a sudden like so I'm like waiting for a comment, right? Like, I'm like waiting for a comment to come through. I don't get that many comments, y'all. So I wish I get some more comments. That would be great for me if I just got the comments. Thank you. But I'm like waiting for the comments to come through. And so like the comments like they have this like intense thing. I'm like, but I just want to see what they are, whether or not they're rude or not. Like, are somebody being blocked by that? Because I know sometimes they'll be blocked by like the thing or like the filter. I just would rather just see whatever the comment is. I don't really care about the filter and being offensive. I just want to see whatever was said, if there was anything said at all. Especially after getting hit with so many spammies. If you guys don't know about Spam C, I call it Spam C. Like, it's the spammies. The spammy whammy whammies. They send you those spam text messages, those spam emails. Like, I've gotten hit with so many of those spammies. I'm so done with it. Like, it's just over and done. Like, kill it all off. I can't stand the spammies. So, then, what else happens this week? Apparently, there's channel debate. So, it's another thing I wanted to bring up, especially if you are an empathetic person or like a psychic and you're doing social media. Understand that there's so many different like things you got to get ready for because I was not ready for any of them. First of all, channel. Just the word channel. It's a big deal. Okay? If you are channeling, if you are a channel, like if you, as in like you channel different energies, that is these spirits do not understand just between that and the YouTube channel. It's really kind of scary. Like some of them do not understand. It's really scary. Like they're trying to channel spirits and things to people that do not need to be channeled spirit and things through. And they're trying and some of these people, it's like, oh, you went online, so you signed up to be a channel. Like I didn't sign up to be like for any old thing to come through. Like hold the hell on now. So be mindful of that. I want that to be known as well, especially for Friday the 13th out here, who I'll be killing shit off because I love to kill some shit off. This one's probably not going to be long, to be honest, but I just wanted to go on there and say that because I really wanted people to understand how much freeing it is to like let these things die, number one, and number two, how freeing it is to not be like a part of the stigma. Now that may be for you or for not for you, but and by that I mean like some people like enjoy being a part of the status quo. I don't. I do not enjoy being mainstream. And again, part of that was me being psychic. It hurts my head. Like literally, it hurts my head. Like certain people, there's certain things like I'm not even being funny. Like certain times when people like blow up big, it hurts my head. Like these different waves of frequency, it hurts. Like not HERTZ, but when some people get on HERTZ, it can hurt my head. Okay, like HURT. Like when on certain hurts. Like so, I stay away from certain things. And this is just being a person who is just sensitive like that. I'm so gonna write that down too. Certain hurts. Kill. Okay. Now, because this is a holiday episode, I am going to pull a self-care oracle card so we can do some self-care for this holiday. Because to me, Friday the 13th is a holiday, and I'm gonna holla today. Ah! So, yeah, I'm gonna try to do that every holiday, just for fun. Ah! No scream. So we got the self-care cards. I'm gonna get self-care out here. I do want to invite you all. Thank you for listening to me kind of ramble through this, but I hope you had fun and enjoyed it and had a laugh or wonder what the hell I was talking about or something. I don't know. But I hope you had a laugh when you listen. And I want to announce I have a new gaming channel called Living Shadow Slays, where I most likely will primarily be playing Stadia. Google Stadia, simply because it's easier for me while I'm still traveling to just bring the controller and not have to bring a whole Xbox or PlayStation or something, and see how that goes. If it goes well, if it doesn't, I don't know. But the channel is Living Shadow Slays. I put it up on all my other channels on YouTube. Again, this is why I'm saying you have to say the thing, because you have to say YouTube, so it's a YouTube thing. Don't expect a lot of videos, because I don't know. But if I do play some video games, I'm going to have them so you can see what it's like for me to go video gaming. For those people who want to like be a part of that life. Also, there are new assassin apparel. Like I said, the bomber jackets are here. Bomber. Like the Top Gun movie bomber. Man, those bomber jackets are nice. Also, the crops are here. The crops are still here. So I know it's summertime now. It's time to get those crops. Those crops are here in all these different styles, sizes, animals, gender. I'm actually putting on a thing now so you can see what lines I offer instead of just by the massive products. I know they come in like different lines and it can be kind of confusing. So I have seen feedback about that. Thank you for that very much. And the first self-care card that we have out is read. So you may want to read something. You can go and read my website, thelivingshadow.me. I have some things up there, especially the announcements page. Go read the announcements. I have lots of announcements up there and some more things. and positive affirmations number 41. And I also, since the last time we talked, actually I'm not sure. I think I had this released since the last time we talked, but there's Money Part 4 full of, excuse me, Money Part 3, not Money Part 4. Money Part 3 out for positive affirmations that are out there. I've also researched some other things for positive affirmations, but if you're looking for something to, I guess, if you're looking for something that's going to reprogram your mind the right way, or reprogram your like mental AI the right way, or in a more positive way, go check out my Shadow Subliminals channel. So that has that. That's my art page on my website, thelivingshadow.me. It is art. It is some visual aids put together. They're visual art, and it helps you kind of think about things a little bit differently, especially that common sense. That common sense, I think, has been a fan favorite. It helps people get some common sense. Um, very, very rare. I personally have the money. Some people probably won't go for the common sense. Um, a little trust you can dance to is also a nice little mood, and let the fear wash away. And for a lot of these ungrateful people, if you're around somebody who's very, very ungrateful, play oceans of gratitude in the background. Let them kind of deal with their own demons there. But yeah, so thank you again for listening. It was 41 and 42 that came out together for the cards. Thank you again for listening. And remember, I am the Living Shadow. This is the Shadow Cast. We're discussing all things hidden in the shadows. By listening to this, you have now listened into the assassination. Thank you for listening. Use code word assassinate at checkout on thelivingshadow.me to get 20% off your assassin apparel. Because you guys get your uniform to match your new lifestyle now. We're Living Shadow, you have to get your new uniform to match your new lifestyle. And yeah. Remember, we are the assassination. Oh my goodness. And you know what? I know they said I'm a psychic medium, like a natural psychic medium. Like I hear that a lot. I'm a natural psychic medium, I get it. But it is very annoying when I'm trying to speak or do something that y'all keep trying to talk while I'm fucking talking. Shut the fuck up and drop dead all over again. Yes, you talking like that, people? Here's some boundaries. Damn. Mm. Editing the episode now. Well, not really editing. I'm trying to put the title on there and put my little intro and my outro on there. And my ad. My ad. For those who don't know, the way I'm able to do a podcast like this is I just use Anchor, which is probably not the way a lot of people would do it. Like I heard some people use Squeaker. I don't know about Squeaker. If that would be better for me, like I've looked at some things. I'm like if there's something that would be better for me, I'll be looking for that. But I don't. It's not like I'm tied to Anchor. Like, well, I shouldn't say that. I've seen some emails about some things that are, I was checking out. I need to go back and re-find those emails again. But the, the tunnel of email, getting lost in email. Not to mention all the other stuff that this guy like, and then see, it's the problem I really don't like. Well, the entire situation. Now I'm like, you see how I was complaining about me channeling and stuff. Now I'm done with the podcast. I don't try to channel for the podcast. I don't understand if that is like a thing, or people trying to channel me as I'm podcasting, or people trying to channel me as I do certain things. But it's very, very irritating. Like, I don't like that. I don't. Like, I really don't. I don't. Because I'm over here like trying to just mind my business, and like now I bring it up because now that I'm done with the podcast, it seems like they're done trying to like insert whatever comment or something. I don't fucking know. Seeing I'm hearing more beeps again. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Why, if I'm in the middle of doing something, why do you have to try and bother me? You do not have a certain time or something. God damn, can't you send me a fucking email with the shit? I mean, I don't need to hear all these goddamn beeps for you motherfucking aliens. Oh. I do not speak Morse code. You better go find Morse. Yo, Morse better speak Morse code. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to hear all these damn beeps. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I need to get these emotional vampires away from me. God damn, they're annoying as fuck. Well, the podcast people getting a good long episode. Hello. Mm. Oh, okay. Kill them all real fast. Off my podcast. You're very alone. Psychic vampire removal. If y'all don't know about these things, look up these things. Okay, YouTube is great for these various different rabbit holes you can go down. Okay, yeah, various different rabbit holes you can just go down. And for those who wanted to see the physical cards, because I'll be forgetting that I actually have. Look, if I focus on the video, I forget about the audio. If I focus on the audio, I forget about the video. Like, it's weird. I have to get my mind synced up, I guess, for that, for this, for like recording the video of the podcast and the actual audio of the podcast. It's a little bit different. But look, there are the cards. Okay. Don't expect a lot of tarot readings from me because I don't know about this life. They have been pissing me off way too much. Yeah, I don't even like channeling what I'm channeling at this moment. Like, I don't like the energy. Like, cleanse. So, I do want to thank you all for watching this. And, if you are watching this, if you're just leaving it casually on in the background, that's great too. Thank you again for viewing, listening, having me just in your life at all, in some way, shape, and form. So thank you again, and remember, we are the assassination.